Benton Resources is a Canadian-based project generator with a diversified property portfolio in gold, platinum group elements, copper, nickel, and cobalt. The company is currently advancing its Far Lake project, located 80 kilometers west of Thunder Bay, Ontario. The project, in management's opinion, meets all the criteria to become a world-class deposit. On top of that, BEX has multiple projects that are being advanced by other companies, including Rio Tinto Exploration Canada, and Benton also has an impressive equity holdings portfolio in other exploration companies. Today, we're talking to Benton's founder, president, and CEO, Stephen Sayers, a person who probably doesn't need introduction in the mining industry at this point of time, a successful business entrepreneur with over 25 years of experience in mining. Steve is a proud recipient of the PDAC Bill Dennis Prospector of the Year award, and today he will be providing us with an update on Benton's most recent activities and near-term plans. Steve, Benton spent several months drilling its Far Lake project just 80 kilometers west of Thunder Bay, Ontario. A week ago, you announced that you completed first phase of drilling. What attracted you to the project in the first place, and are you as excited about it as you had been before the drill program?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Irina and Thomas, for the opportunity to update everybody and the shareholders. We picked a project up Far Lake in May of 2020. So since that time, we've done a tremendous amount of work. Prior to that, from 2017 up into 2020, White Metal Resources had the project based on some new discoveries of high-grade copper. Since that time, Benton evaluated the property, recognized that it has all the earmarks of a gigantic alteration system and the potential to host either porphyry or IOCG type mineralization. From the beginning right to now, we done a tremendous amount of work, which in a very short period of time, we done a large soil geochem survey over the entire intrusive body, prospecting, sampling, trenching, and followed by diamond drilling. So as we've finished the diamond drill program, we're currently cutting the last of the core from a 2,000-meter program. And we are very excited from what we've seen visually and, all the ingredients that are coming together as an IOCG target within a 2.5 square kilometer area.
That actually leads me to the second question. I think it's a perfect segue. Far Lake has been labeled as Iron Oxide Copper Gold project. You said IOCG. What are some of the characteristics of such projects, and are those type of deposits rare to come by?
Yes, these projects are extremely rare, and most deposits are ginormous in size, such as Olympic Dam. It's one of the biggest copper, gold, iron, uranium deposits in the world. Ernest Henry, a lot of these projects are in Australia. There's been a lot of activity, including myself, looking for IOCGs in the past in this region. In 1999, we were grub staked by Inco mining for a couple of years, looking for these type deposits, but failed to identify all the ingredients. So we kind of knew what we were looking for, and in this instance, we've actually identified all the ingredients. We've identified rare earth metals, which are generally associated with these deposits. We've identified some uranium in a soil anomaly now in bedrock, hematite breccias, which also are indicative of these deposits, and we've got copper, high and low grade, along regional structures that are directly associated with this intrusive body. And we're getting gold, silver, and some other exotic minerals showing up in some of our assays. So we're pretty confident that we are getting very close to finding the source of all the copper mineralization we're seeing around this intrusion.
Oh, that's Certainly exciting. So in your last press release, you mentioned that assays are now pending. When do you expect to have them released? And after that is done, when do you see Benton going back into the field for a follow-up program?
Yeah, well, we really haven't left. We've been now evaluating our options for deep IP and a gravity survey, which is, again, most of these deposits have associated magnetic anomalies and gravity anomalies and also chargeability anomalies. So these surveys are somewhat expensive, between $100,000 and $200,000 to complete in a large area, which we believe, is the right thing to do. So that bidding process is underway from various geophysical companies. We're expecting that we probably will choose something by the end of this week. And depending on who we choose, there is some crews ready to go immediately, some crews not till January or February. We're hoping to have that completed and the work started as soon as possible so we can get back drilling. All the assays should be in probably by, I'm assuming, January 15th, somewhere around there. We're just cutting the last of the core right now. It's very hard, silicious quartz breccia zones that we've had a lot of cutting to do. We should receive some of the first results, so probably within the next 10 days to 2 weeks, hopefully. The labs are pretty packed up.
A lot of excitement around Far Lake, that's for sure. But for now, moving away from that project to your equity holdings now, Benton owns stock in multiple junior mining companies and has optioned multiple projects, including to Rio Tinto. Do you see your equity holdings as an important value add, and anything that you think can reflect well on the BEX stock in the near term?
Oh, near term, we own 24.6 million shares of Clean Air Metals, which is by far our biggest equity holdings. Clean Air has a tremendous platinum, palladium, copper, nickel project north of Thunder Bay and just south of the Lac des Îles mine. The management is Jim Gallagher and Abraham Drost, who are tremendous assets to the company. Jim Gallagher was the CEO of North American Palladium. Just recently, they sold the Lac des Îles mine for $1 billion to Impala. And Abraham Drost has done multiple M&A takeovers, Carlos Gold, Premier Royalties. He was the CEO of Sabina Gold and Silver and Sandstorm, or Sand Spring Resources. So he's got a tremendous track record behind him, and he sees the Thunder Bay North deposit and the Escape Lake deposit as being tremendous assets for Clean Air Metals. And I believe that these will be a mine in the future, and Benton shareholders will be paid, handsomely when that is fully recognized. Outside of that, of course, we got Rio Tinto as a partner on Bark and Barrel Lake, which is copper nickel PG projects within the Quetico subprovince on the same trend as Clean Air Metals, Thunder Bay North, and Escape Lake. And also in the Far Lake project is within that belt of rocks as well. So there's a lot going on within this Quetico belt that has previously not been recognized. So that's why we're so excited about even Far Lake. Rio right now is not doing much work. Most of their employees are from the US. So given the COVID crisis, we're unsure when they'll be on the ground again, but I'm sure probably within the next 6 months or so.
That's still fascinating. So to wrap this up, what could be the catalysts driving Benton's share price in, let's say, the next 3 months, in your opinion?
Yeah, in the next 3 months, again, the equity holdings, we just announced another deal with a company called CRU, Cameo Industries. They picked up our Saginaga project. Max Tech Ventures has our Panama Lake project up in Red Lake. So we have a lot of equities. Quadro Resources has a good land position in Newfoundland that was acquired through Benton and Middles Creek. And Sokeman Iron, currently drilling their high-grade Moosehead property. We own 1 million shares of that. So we got a lot of catalysts here that could help us.
Sokoman Minerals, not Sokoman Iron anymore.
There's yes, Sokoman Minerals. That's right. They changed their name. But you know, we've got a lot of catalysts. Clean Air Metals is working towards a PEA in Q2 of 2021, and they're drilling deep conductor targets right now, looking for Norilsk style mineralization, which if they hit, will be very, very exciting for Benton shareholders, you know, holding such a large equity position. And then, of course, the discovery of an IOCG deposit 6 kilometers off the Trans-Canada Highway, just west of Thunder Bay, in a very well-known mining camp. You know, the Inco Nickel copper mine is just to the south of us. The Coldstream IOCG deposit, which considered an IOCG deposit, is just about 15 kilometers to the southwest of us. So there's a lot of opportunities here if things go right, and we're pretty excited. And I believe that the next drill campaign at the Far Lake IOCG targets will be very, very exciting.
That's great. Thanks so much, Steve. Thanks for providing an update, and we're all looking forward to more news from Benton.
Thank you, Irina. Thanks, Thomas, and we'll talk to you guys very soon again, and hopefully with lots of pictures of core.
Oh, we hope so too. Yeah, thank you.